happening for southern Gaza?
Yes, we'll start with this awful disaster that's unfolding in Gaza. This is from The Eye. Let's start just with the facts. 168 killed, 1,120 injured. The UN says that 77% of those killed were civilians. Now then on the other side, yes indeed, a total of 87 missiles were fired at Israel yesterday, bringing to 896. The number launched since the fight began. There have been no Israeli fatalities. So those are the facts on the two sides. I see here a headline in The Eye: offensive is self-defense, insists Netanyahu, without mentioning the fact that, of course, he is against the Palestinians having any nationhood of themselves at all, and always has been. So we are dealing with a situation that if the Palestinians do nothing, they get their land stolen, and if they resist, they get killed. So they're in a constant...
Haven't Israel sent in ground troops as well, I understand?
I think that was preparing to. I'm not sure that the tanks have gone in. I'm not sure exactly there.
In one sense, the Israeli argument is, if people fire missiles at us, we will respond.
Yes. Why have there been no Israeli fatalities?
Possibly because the rockets that are coming from Palestine aren't quite as good as the ones that are coming from
Israel.
No,
it's because, of course, the Israelis have the world's best weapon shield. In other words, heat-seeking missiles, all that stuff that finds the missiles, prevents it. So they have a defence. Now, I'm not going to get into the technicalities of that, but the point is they are able to defend themselves in the ways that people have always defended themselves without necessarily massacring Palestinians. I would argue is that they want to massacre Palestinians.
How's it going to be resolved?
It can only be resolved if America agrees that the Palestinians are entitled either to power share within one state or to have nationhood themselves, one or the other. Now, from the very first point when Israel was founded, it never agreed to the idea that it would share power with the peoples who were living there at the time. They created what they call a Jewish state. That means I will not power share with you. Our experience within the British Isles, taking Northern Ireland as a case, was that that was a complete disaster until some form of power sharing was devised. That's what people do around the world. If Scotland becomes independent, that will be saying, well, they're entitled to it. We have a two-state solution. So there are these ways. But here, they have a no-state solution. The no-state solution is Palestinians, you are entitled to nothing.
So you look to the US?
I do look to the US.
Do you think the US is changing its point?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, I think that every time they talk about peace process, it's a hoax. The peace process is just, if you like, a phrase to enable those people on the West Bank to steal more land. I just think it's like a cover. We are conducting a peace process. More land is stolen. We are pursuing the peace process. More land is stolen. I think it's a complete hoax.
United Nations, and they pass policy and edict.
The UN has no power without America, Russia, and China. It's the key player in this is America, because they are not only an ally of Israel, they also supply Israel with enormous support, financial and with weapons and everything else. So the US is the crucial player.
Okay, talking of weapons.